All right, we'll wait here for a minute while everyone gets in. Hey, what's going on? Hi, Ambub. What's up, Ben? What's up, Enrique? Hi, Mike. Hi, Richie. Hello, Senator. You guys hear me okay? Going from a different location today, so I'm not sure how my internet's going to work. I do not like beans. Hi, Carter. Hi, Socrates. What's up, Will? How to hit a fastball? I got some videos on that, actually. What's up, Patrick? Nice haircut. Well, it's not really a haircut, but my wife did it. Laura gave me this haircut. Hello, Mateo. Mike, what's going on? Diamond Dynasty. I played Diamond Dynasty for a while, but haven't in a while. Show Laura. Laura's sitting right over there, but she's shaking her head no. She does not want to be seen. Hello, Albert. You're going to face our club this summer? All right. Mike Yaz, he's awesome. Hello, Jake. Good evening, Scott. Today's Friday the 13th. I didn't know that. Hello, Jack and Ellie. Superstitions. My only superstition was whatever I ate before the game, if I played well, I had to eat it again. So that was my superstition. Most difficult pitcher I ever faced for me was Daniel Bard, probably, although Ubaldo Jimenez in 2008 was really good, tough to hit. And Tim Lincecum was really hard to hit then, too. You're early and can't stay back? Well, we could talk a lot about what you have to do. The best thing, go to, you're on YouTube right now, go to our videos on, I think I have one called Keeping the Back Leg Loaded or Staying Loaded, something like that. Try to find that video. It'll help you. I would not eat a bowl of beans. No, I hate beans. Will I ever coach at a higher level? Well, I've had a lot of opportunities to go coach at higher levels than what I'm at, but I have not taken any of those. Worst MLB travel? I just made a video on that. Oh, actually, no, I made a video on minor league travel. There was no bad major league travel. It was all awesome. I did. Will everyone do me a favor? We're going to start right off the bat. Everyone give the video a like. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. We have 85 people in here, but let's see if we can get to 100 likes. You could face Chris Sale and still be early. How to stay 50-50? You talking about with your weight? The same thing. Go watch that video on staying loaded or staying loaded around your rear leg. I think it's called something like that. It'll help you. This is the first time I don't have a hat with me right this second, so I couldn't put one on. Thanks, Senator. Oh, look at that. 54 likes. Thanks, everyone. We'll try to get to 100 again in a little bit. All right, son. Brian Giles was a really nice guy, yeah. That's right, Juan. We're going a little live. No, I'm not. Thanks, son. The best bat for an 11-year-old just depends on what kind of bat you like. Everyone's different. Best MLB city for food? I don't know if I went to one that was better than others. I feel like all the cities had good food. What's the best city for food, Laura? Dynamite drop in. I did face a few knuckleballers in the minor leagues, and No one that was real dominant. Why does my tooth, does it look like that to you guys? Does it look like I have a silver tooth? Because it looks like I have a silver tooth on my screen.
Yeah, the way the lights are
Look at that. Got myself a nice little, it's like Home Alone. It's pretty cool. Let me check out my grill here. Oh, look at that. Ran me a pretty penny, but yeah, I got this light right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. No, you can't. Oh, I'll go up there. See, I got this light above my head, and for some reason, it's making my tooth look like it. Makes it look weird right there. Oh, wow. I should go bald. I am going bald. That's why I'm growing my hair, because when I shave it, this part right here goes back to about right there. I hope the Angels have a chance to win the World Series with Mike Trout. My favorite teammate? Man, I had a lot of good teammates. I don't know if I can choose my favorite teammate. I faced Charlie, and then was I a teammate of him? It's weird thinking about, I got to change this light. I can't look at myself and take myself serious with this.
fine.
I don't know, Laura. What is that on my tooth?
It's just this light reflecting.
I know, but it's bothering me. I'm going to get the PS5.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Laura said I'm not getting it, but I am. White Sox? Yeah, I mean the White Sox. Hey, HBK Styles, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see what he said. Wendy Peppercorn or Laura? Wow. It's a tough question. I actually started dating Laura. I saw her at the pool one day, and I fell in and pretended I couldn't swim. And she just let me drown. So I got up and was like, well, that didn't work. I'll try something else. So then I just called her and asked her to go to dinner with me. But Wendy Peppercorn's a great character, though, in a movie. Oh, nice. Juan got the iPhone 12 Pro Max today. He beat me to it. Although I don't think I'm going to get a new phone this year. I think I'm going to wait one more year. The new Tigers manager? Oh. AJ Hinch? Well, I think he's a good manager. He had a little rough go of it that last little bit with the Astros, but I do like Camwood training bats. I do.
Can I make this a little louder? I can't hear.
Sure thing. Laura's watching TV. Let me know if that's too loud for you guys. I like axe bats as well. I do. Video game Matt. Yeah, Wendy's already taken by Video Game Matt. I didn't play with Howie Kendrick. No. I will tell you though, when I was really young, one of our coaches told me that when we were working, Coach Gamboa, we were hitting, he said, you're just like Howie Kendrick. That's the type of hitter you are. This is way back in like 2007 probably. He was like, you remind me of Howie Kendrick. I was like, oh yeah? Who the hell's that? And well, he was wrong. I didn't play with Goldie, no. I played against him, I believe, but not with him. What leads to Kershaw always messing up in the playoffs? I don't think he had a pretty good playoffs this year. I like the flat glove trainers, yeah. I've never met Dan Uggla, nope. You don't have to go to college to be in the MLB, nope. High school guys get drafted all the time. My one piece of advice is always the same. Have fun, work hard. Hey, David, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you know anything about bomb bats? I do. I haven't used a bomb bat, but I've swung a bomb bat. I guess I've never owned a bomb bat. That's what I should say. I've swung it. They're okay. I mean, I think they're usually good for training bats because they're not going to break. And so the worst thing ever is when you're using a nice, pretty $150 wood bat, which is crazy that bats cost that much. And you break it in practice. So, a lot of guys will swing bomb bats in practice so that they don't break their good bats, especially at pitching machines. Like we use hack attack machines at our practices. A lot of guys break them off of those machines. I love football. I don't just like football. Yeah, bands are good for pitchers. Yep. Whoops. Thanks, Robert. Sam Bellavo, did I get drafted? Drafted how many times? It's drafted a lot of times. Yeah, Sam. Jock or Kike, who would I re-sign? Well, I like both players. I'd have to, I guess I'd have to look really in depth at what the Dodgers have coming back next year at all the positions. Sam's quickly losing the PO. Will the Mariners go to the playoffs again? I'm sure they'll go again. I don't know when they'll go, but... All right, everyone, do me a favor real quick. Everyone give this video... Everyone give... Lars making fun of me. Everyone give this video a like here. We're going to get to 100 likes right here. Yo, what's up, J-Dubs? Cruz or Ozuna as a free agent DH? Well, both guys can rake. Cruz is obviously a lot older, but Cruz never slows down. I don't know what that guy's doing or taking or what, but he's an animal. Ozuna was awesome this past year, and he's younger. Hey, Evan, thank you so... Oh, we have 2 super chats here. Evan, thank you so much for the super chat. How has Antonelli Baseball been doing handling COVID-19? Do you think the NFL has been handling COVID-19 better than the MLB? Well, the NFL seems to have had The NFL has seemed to have a lot of positive cases. I don't know the exact number, so I can't say that they were better than the MLB. MLB started off rough, and then they got better. NFL seems like, I mean, I know that the Browns, was it who just had to shut their facility down? Was it the Browns that just had to shut their facility down? So, anyways, how did Antonelli Baseball do? We did well. We made it through the entire season without anyone getting sick. So that was good. And no coaches, I should say no players or coaches. So we were able to make it successfully through an entire summer, which was awesome. And thank you so much for the super chat. You told me not to say, you told me last time not to say your name because I always mess it up, so I'm not going to say it. But I am just going to say thank you. A lot of pundits are questioning whether or not Tony La Russa's age will affect him being able to relate to young players. Your thoughts? So I don't know. I mean, I do think age comes into play a little bit. I mean, most sports have gone younger when it comes to head coaches and managers. So it's not just a baseball thing. With that being said, I don't think that just being older means you can't relate to the players. I think some people are nervous about La Russa because he's been out of the game for a while. So it's not that he's just old, but he's older and also been out of the game. But I would say that obviously he is a great manager and a great baseball guy. And he seems very smart. So I think he'll be fine relating to the players. I don't know him at all. Never had him. I played against him. That was it. Actually, we had a bench clearing brawl when we played against him. I've told this story before. When I was with the Nationals, Nigel Morgan stepped on Pujols' back of his ankle, and then we started throwing at them, and they started throwing at us. And our manager was Jim Riggleman, and he went on the field with Tony, and they started screaming and yelling at each other and got in a big fight. And then we all had to run on the field, and That was fun. Oh, we have more super chats, everyone. Hold on 1 second. Super chats, super chats. Hey, thanks, Scotty. We got a lot of people here. A-Rod in his prime was awesome. Mike Trout's awesome, too. Two awesome players. Hold on 1 sec. I had a super chat somewhere. Oh, Juan Gonzalez. Juan Gon. I love watching you play, Juan. You're one of my favorite players when I was a kid. But there's no question here. It just says super chat. So, Juan, if anyone sees Juan's question somewhere, let me know because it doesn't have a question. That guy over there, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm an Angels fan. What do you think they need to do to make the playoffs with Mike Trout, and what do you think of their general manager? What do they need to do? So I didn't follow the Angels during the season. I know this. I thought going into the season that their offense was going to be much better, and I thought their pitching was going to be the issue. And they went out and signed some guys. Like, what did they do? They got Julio Teheran, right? And then who else did they get? They get Kyle Bundy, was it? I don't follow the Angels at all. But they need pitching, is what I think. And I don't know how they hit. But they need pitching. And I don't even know how they pitched, but they need pitching. Are players soft today compared to back in the day? Well, it's a different type of player, and it's a different game. I mean, back in the day, they used to go in with their cleats up, and they used to run over catchers, and they used to throw at guys' heads, and they used to do all that stuff, and it's just different. So I guess you can call them, if you want to call them softer, I guess you could. It's just different. But if you told all the players in today's game, like, we're going to play it like, if I feel like if you told players that they were going to be able to go in and kill guys at second, and I think the players would adapt. I don't think, now they're paid a lot more money, so maybe that makes it a little bit different also. Jackson White, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jackson. I recently caught my son, 12-year-old. Hey, everyone. Let's try this again. I recently caught my son, 12-year-old son, watching. Oh, boy. Jackson, thank you for the $5 for the super chat, but I'm sorry, I can't help you with that super chat. I never felt like playing in Mexico, no. Yeah, Gary, she scares me too sometimes. Cora back to the Sox. I know. I'm interested to see. I mean, I think the Sox need to make a lot of moves, but we'll see what they're able to do. There's Juan's question. Where's Juan's question? Juan.
Tell the Beans kid I'm going to put him back in timeout.
Hey, Beans kid. Laura said she's putting you back in timeout. Where's Juan's question? Was Juan's question before that Jackson's question? Who's the best 13-year-old I've ever seen? From Deacon Robillard. Well, we got this kid on our team whose name is Deacon Robillard. He's pretty good. I can't find Juan's question. Let's look again, guys. Hold on, everyone. No one put any new questions because I'm trying to find. Everyone's saying there's Juan's question. I don't see Juan anywhere.
Don't you think you talked to Juan enough that you really don't need to talk to him through YouTube Live?
It's a different Juan, Laura. 918 was Juan's question. Let's see. 918. Whoa, it's way up here. Way up here. Hey, Juan Gonzalez. When should a high school player realize that he may be a PO and not another position? How can a kid get stronger without weights during this period? So let's start with the second part. How can you get stronger without weights? It's definitely easier to get stronger with weights. What I would say is anything's better than nothing. So whether they have to be body weight, push-ups and squats, and that's not ideal, but better than nothing. So I would say get as creative as possible if you don't have weights. And then when should you be a PO? This is a tough question. I don't think you have to be a PO if you don't want to be a PO. Really? This is tough to say because it is a case-by-case basis. Like some kids, they're great at pitching. They stink at everything else, and it's easy. It's like, you want to pitch in college? Yeah. You stink at everything else. Just work on pitching. The other kids are good at, they're probably going to pitch, but they can still hit and field, and they're pretty good at it. Keep doing it. I feel like you can get your work in high school both ways and be okay. It's not like it's the big leagues where you have to put, 100% focus in on pitching. Did I miss any super chats while I was trying to find Juan's thing? Let's see. Now the world 138. Thank you for the super chat. No question attached with that though. Again. So, if anyone sees his question, let me know. Oh, PO is pitcher only. Sorry about that. I do remember when I first got into coaching and when I was recruiting and people were talking about POs, I do remember the first time I heard that, I was like, what the hell's a PO? Because when I played high school baseball, there weren't POs. Everybody that played a position pitched. The best pitchers were usually the best position players. Now it's like at our high school, everyone's a PO. Hey, Matt, it seems like players try to avoid the DL. Is that true or why? If you're hurt, what? Well, people try to avoid the DL because if you're on the DL, then you can't play. And if you can't play, someone else can take your spot. And if someone else takes your spot, you might never get yours back again. So I was actually watching a show a few nights ago on Bill Parcells, who kept the training room temperature at 50 degrees because he didn't want anyone in the training room, because he said some guys get comfortable in the training room and what do they say? You can't make the club from the tub, something like that. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Now the world. Bauer to the Dodgers. The Dodgers have a lot of money. I don't know if they can afford Bauer too. I've been hearing Bauer to the Mets. Where do you guys think Lindor's going to get traded to? I actually just picked up a Lindor card. Oh, Laura's going to yell at me.
What?
She's looking at me.
Not buying any more cards. Don't.
Any tips for buying a hitting tee for an 8-year-old for Christmas?
Tanner tea.
Laura said Tanner tea. We do use some Tanner teas, and they're good. We use Rucket teas as well, and they're pretty good. Those are the two teas that we use, so I would look into one of them. Oh, Camwood tea. We used Camwood tea for a little bit. I use a lot of Camwood baths. Wow, there's a lot of questions here, guys. How has the pandemic affected our business? Well, it hasn't affected games, but it's affected how we do clinics and lessons and stuff like that. Usually we do a lot of like big hitting clinics and stuff. We haven't really done any of those lately. When are new hats coming out? So I know a lot of people were asking me about gear. We actually we're working with this company called Squad Locker. If you go on our website, AntonelliBaseball.com, at the top of the page, it'll say shop. You can go on there, and I actually just opened it up to the public, and you can buy Antonelli baseball gear. I have nothing to do with the store. I don't control anything. It's all them, but they put the stuff up there, so you can go on there and check out the hats. Those aren't the actual game hats that we use, but they are hats, and they're Antonelli baseball hats. My favorite food? My shoe size is like a 12, I think. Um, I heard Yadi Molina to the Yankees rumors. My favorite food is ice cream. My favorite food is probably just like a really good hamburger and fries, to be honest. How do you get to the MLB? Well, you have to be really good. You have to work really hard. And you have to get lucky. What do you prefer better, contact or strength? Well, I prefer both of them. Contact without strength won't get you to a very high level, and strength without contact won't either, so. Best time to send recruiting videos to college coaches? Well, COVID has really screwed everything up, so. I mean, typically, the summer heading into your senior year is usually the biggest time for recruiting for most players. If you're really good, then it's a little earlier than that, but I don't know, this is kind of this. I would just send it out now because COVID has just screwed everything up. Richie the Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you consider the Bills the only good New York NFL team? Well, let's see. You've got the Jets, and they're brutal. You got the Giants, and they stink. And then you get the Bills, who have been very good this year. And so, yeah, right now, it is clearly the Bills. Bills Mafia. You know, if Cam didn't fumble, we were going to beat the Bills. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, as they say, though. Hell, the Patriots almost lost to the Jets, so. Best uniforms in baseball? I don't know. It's a good question. What about a nice little just Yankee pinstripe? Well, I think Judge and Stanton are capable every year of hitting 50 homers if they can stay healthy. The question is, can they stay healthy? And at this rate, I would say no, they're not gonna, because they'll get hurt. But yeah, we've coached players with MLB potential. We've had some players drafted, and we're gonna have more players drafted over the next bunch of years. So sure. Where's Puig going? I don't know. I just picked him up in my franchise mode, so he's with the Red Sox on that. Funniest thing a first baseman said to me? Well, I'm sure they said a lot of funny things, but honestly, thinking about it, I don't remember. I don't have like a specific memory of someone saying something really funny to me. Who are the Bills playing this week? Playing the Cardinals? Who are they playing? Laura likes beans, yeah. How good you need to be to play in the MLB? Really good. Like one of the best in the world. Not like one of the top 5 in the world, but Stephon Diggs, yeah, he's nasty. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Ben. Thanks for being a great person and teacher. Thanks, Ben. My boys have grown tremendously on the baseball field because of your help. Well, I appreciate that, and good luck to your boys. And thank you for the super chat. Bauer to the Tokyo Giants. Top 3 tips to getting recognized by a D1 school. Number 1 tip is you have to be good enough. Sounds easy, but no matter how many videos you put together and how much communication you do with schools, if you aren't good enough, they're not going to take you. So that's be good enough, number 1. Another tip, make a video so you can send a video out so they can see you. And the third tip is, there's a lot of tips. Have some type of reference that can help you so that you know if you can play at certain schools, like where you can play, and then they can help talk to those schools, especially in this time with COVID. Those are my 3 tips. How did teams view brawls? Well, there was one rule. If there was a bench clearing brawl, you had to go out there. Like, you can't just stay on the bench if the bench is clear. So, bench is clear, you got to go. That's the rule. What do you need to do to stay in the big leagues? You need to perform or else you won't be there very long. So depends on the position. That's why I didn't say like get a certain amount of hits or whatever. Just, you have to perform well. They only allow 26 guys to dress, so you got to be one of the top 26 guys in your organization. Not that technically, no, that's not true because it depends on your position. You know, sometimes you might get lucky and the starting second baseman gets hurt and the backup gets hurt, and now they need somebody to play second, and maybe they go to the AAA second baseman who's, you know, just positionally it works out, but maybe he's not the best player in the world. Hold on, we got a bunch of super chats here. Hold on, everybody. E-Money, number 14. Thanks, E-Money. When the Astros scandal broke, players said that similar things happen that don't go public. Did you experience any scandal or incident in MLB or MILB? No. So when I was playing, I was never on a team that had any of that cheating stuff going on. Now, I have heard, same thing. I've heard from people and players that not what the Astros were doing was going on with other teams, but that there was sign stealing in some way going on from some other teams. So teams are always trying to steal signs. Just typically it's, you know, it's by one of the third base or first base coaches, or it's a player on the field trying to steal the sign. I've never been a part of any team that used cameras or any of that stuff. Mike Brophy, thank you so much for the super chat. What do you think of Bill James and sabermetrics? Well, I like Bill James a lot, and I've watched a lot of his stuff, and I'm not an expert in sabermetrics, but I think it's a really interesting way to look at the game, a much better way to look at it than just like kind of like the old school, you know, the old school way of batting average is, you know, just looking at hitters based on batting average and RBI, and looking at defenders by looking just at errors, and pitchers just looking at ERA. So Turn 2, thank you so much for the super chat, Turn 2. When do you know you have found the right position that you should be playing? That's a good question. So I moved around to all different positions and never really found one that I'll say this actually. When I got to second base, I came to a point where I was like, this is my position. But it didn't start that way. My first game playing second base, I felt like a chicken with my head cut off. I made an error early on and everything felt bad. My double plays were terrible. But then I got a hang of it and then I started playing really well at it. It's almost like I knew when positions weren't my position before I knew a position was my position. Like when they moved me to shortstop, I was like, oh boy. I made errors there and I just couldn't make the plays. It was hard to do at a high level. I played shortstop in high school and then they tried me there in AAA. And I was like, I'm not good enough to do this. So I don't know if there's an exact answer, but I think you'll know if you've played baseball and you've played different positions, you'll know when you get out there, when you start to feel comfortable, and you'll be like, man, I feel way better at this position than I did over there, and I'm just consistently making the plays way more. RC from the NYC, what's up, Matt? What's up? Hey, Laura, what's up, chat? Hope everyone is doing well. Do you think that awards for players are relying too much on metrics? Thank you for the super chat, RC. So, are the awards relying too much on metrics? Well, I think they've always relied on metrics. I think they're just relying a little bit more on more advanced metrics or just different metrics. I mean, in the end, I think baseball is a stat game. So, I do think they're always going to rely on stats. I know, like, some people are saying to me, when I put up my predictions, people would be like, well, you have to look at this, you know, what this player brought to this club and the way he was in the clubhouse and the way he is, and that's all great stuff. But it's hard to quantify that. And so if I'm going to give an award, how can I give Mookie Betts, you know, 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 7 or 8 out of 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 points for something we can't, that's hard to quantify. So I think it has to be on the metrics or the numbers, I think, when you're looking at that stuff. Now, when you're signing a guy to your team, you'll look at other stuff, right? You're going to look at the numbers, but then you're going to look at what type of guy is he, how is he in the clubhouse, and how is he as a teammate and all that stuff. You're going to look at that. But when it comes to awards, I think you're typically just going to go by the numbers. 2015 Toyota Tundra. Thank you for the super chat. Nothing like some. Oh, Toyota Tundra. Thank you for the super chat, Toyota Tundra. All right. I thought I had another super chat down here, guys. Hold on one sec. Let me just check. Nope. No super chats. Okay. Hey, thanks, Ross. Placido Polanco is the purest commentator I've ever seen. He was, yeah. Who would you rather have, Placido Polanco or, I don't know. Give me a hitter that hits for a lot of power. Tatis. Does it seem to me that going from college baseball amenities to minor league is a step down? No, it's a step, or yes, it's a step down for a lot of places, especially nowadays. Like if you play at Vanderbilt and then you go to short season A-ball, you're going to get there and be like, what the hell is this? In most cases. Not just Vanderbilt. If you play anyway, play at LSU, if you play in the SEC or the ACC, or if you play in a Power 5 conference, let's just say that, you're going to think the minor leagues facilities are not good, most of them. The transition from 60 to 90, well, it's definitely a big transition. I would just tell players to be patient and not worry too much about it. I mean, I had to move to second base when I made the transition because I couldn't play shortstop because it was too far away from me. But eventually I went back to shortstop, so. Hey, thanks, Ross. Manuel, the Rays baseball strategy. I mean, hell, they put 4 outfielders out there a lot. I'm watching the game like, how many times are we going to put 4 outfielders out here? So, I don't know. I mean, they're really smart over there. They're a lot smarter than me. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Rays because they take the lowest payroll and they go really far and they're successful every year. So, I don't think anybody can say that they're dumb or I mean, they're getting the most out of their players. That's all I'll say. Now, would I have taken Blake Snell out? No, I wouldn't have taken him out in that game, but they do that stuff all the time, and it works. So, again, who am I to say anything? When I was 10, I don't remember how much I practiced. I didn't keep track of it, and I played like 17 sports when I was 10, so. Who do I look up to? I look up to Laura. She's a great role model.
I am a good role model.
While everyone is typing beans in the chat, everyone give this video a like. Let's see if we can get to 150 now. I got to get to 150 likes. So everyone can write beans, and then everyone can try to like. See if we can get 150. What would it take for me to eat beans on a... oh, look at...
Stop talking about beans. Just ignore the beans questions. They're ridiculous.
Well, it's hard to ignore the beans question when everyone wrote beans. And someone just wrote frijoles. How fast can I throw? Not much, not very fast right now. Were trash teams aware of how trash they were? Well, when I was with the Padres, we were in last place, and we all knew we were in last place. I mean, I didn't have enough experience at the big league level. We lost. I mean, we weren't very good when I was there, but I was never playing and being like, man, we stink. It never felt like like, the talent level is still close enough, I feel like, that even if you're not very good, it wasn't like we were getting blown out. So. Lars said I can't have a PS5. Adley Rushman, I mean, he looks like he's going to be pretty damn good. I hope there's not a strike or a lockout at the end of the 21 season. My hockey career? Actually, on YouTube, I think I put a video up of if you type in maybe Matt Antonelli hockey, maybe write Matt Antonelli hockey or hockey hit or something like that. I have a video up of it, I think. Core and Hinch coming back, I put up some videos about that. I mean, I was surprised they got hired as managers so quickly, but at the same time, I guess they are very good managers. I just didn't think they were going to be back with a job this quickly. The Reds, well, the Reds had amazing pitching. I was a little worried about their hitting going into the playoffs. That's why I didn't pick them to win, but they can pitch. Well, they're going to lose Bauer, so I'm assuming they're going to lose Bauer. Most talented. I get this question a lot. Who is the most talented minor leaguers that I played with or against that didn't make it? You know, I'm not really sure. I played with a lot of really talented guys. I played with a lot of guys that made the major leagues. The first guy that came to my mind is probably Craig Cooper, as far as just like a great hitter that never played in the big leagues. Craig was just like, he didn't hit for a ton of power, but he just really, really hit. He was a great hitter. He hit it at Notre Dame. He hit in Cape Cod. He hit in the minor leagues, and he never got to the big leagues. He was a right-handed hitting, left-handed fielding first baseman, which was part of the issue probably, because you've got to really, really hit if you're a first baseman. I have played at Omaha at the old stadium, not the new one. I never really got scared of throwing the ball in high-pressure situations. Who had the quickest hands that I've ever seen? Defensive hands? Well, the best hands I ever saw that I played against was Jose Iglesias. I remember the very first time I played against him. He was, when they threw the ball, now this is crazy. Yes, Craig Cooper threw left-handed and batted right-handed. It's very rare. So the first time we played against Jose Iglesias, I don't know. When they threw the ball around, so when we struck out, they threw it to third, then they threw it to Jose at short. And usually you catch the ball at short and you throw it to the second baseman. But Jose would catch it. He'd catch it like this and throw it to the second baseman like that, but he would hit the guy right in the chest. So they throw it to third, they throw it to Jose, he'd go catch, throw. He would never use his hand, and he would throw it right to the second baseman. They'd throw it around, and I was like, holy shit, like, I've never seen anyone do that before. And he did it like all the time. Like it was just a natural, it was a normal thing for him. So he had the best hands that I ever saw. I played all over the infield, but mostly in the major leagues, I played second base only. And then in the minor leagues, I played everywhere. What infielder has the best arm you've seen in the big leagues? What infielder? It's a good question. No one who comes to mind. Outfielders come to mind as great arms. I don't. I'm not sure. Alcides Escobar, actually. I guess he comes to mind. I hit a ball in the hole that I thought was an easy hit. Alcides Escobar went back and backhanded it I just hit it and ran, and I thought I was going to beat it out. And then right before I got to the bag, I was out, and I was like, what the hell was that? I got back into the dugout, and I didn't see the play, and I was like, what just happened? How did he get me? And they're like, oh, he backhanded it and jumped and fired it across the infield and got you. And usually if I hit the ball in the 6-hole like that, I beat it out. But, oh, Manny Machado. Yeah, sorry, guys, Manny Machado. Thank you for that. I was thinking about guys I played against, but yeah, I played with Manny Machado and was with the Orioles, and he had the best arm I saw. First time I saw Manny Machado play, he was like 18 or 19. I don't know, he was wicked young. He just got drafted. And I saw him throw one ball across the infield, and I was like, holy Jesus, like, this guy's unbelievable. Nobody knew, I mean, everyone knew who he was because he was a high pick, but no one else had seen him play yet. I saw him play in it was his first Major League spring training. It is harder to get scouted as a first baseman because the problem is if you want to play in the big leagues as a first baseman, you have to mash. And they're not going to, oh, cool. They're not going to recruit. It's hard to get drafted as a first baseman in college because that typically means you can't play other positions, and it means you're going to have to really rake. And there's so many guys in the big leagues that can rake, so. Goat at catching. James Loney didn't mash. Oh, James Loney hit great, though. He was a great fielder, but he didn't hit for a ton of home runs, but he was a good hitter. I don't have his stats in front of me, but I played against James Loney a good amount of times, and he was a good hitter. When I say mash, I don't... Oh, my God.
It's making me cold. It is.
When I say mash, sometimes I say mash and people think I just mean like 50 homers. I just mean like you've got to be able to really hit. Hey, Wade. Trevor Bauer had a great year. Teixeira raked. He didn't, yeah, he really mashed. Doug Minkiewicz. He played really good defense. You guys also have to think about this. So this is a thing. The thing is this. Sometimes people say, well, this guy, you know, he didn't hit 30 home, whatever match. But like, sometimes, thank you. That's a good Sour Patch Kid. Little green Sour Patch Kid. Mmm. Is Joey Votto overpaid? I don't know what he's paid right now. Joey Votto is was an amazing player. He's just, well, he's getting a little bit older now. He's not hitting the ball like he used to, but. Oh, yeah, so my first base talk, like, yeah, I don't have a hat on today. I don't have a hat with me right now. Even guys that people think like, here's my thing. If you've seen a major league player that played for a long time, even if you think he couldn't hit because his numbers weren't great, he's still a really good hitter. I've had this talk before, though, when guys are like, oh, this guy stinks. When I went to the major leagues and played, like, a lot of guys, everybody's awesome. Let me just say that. Everybody's awesome, okay? So, yeah, they might stink compared to the best players in the league, but they don't stink. Oh, Super Chat. Matthew Dominguez, thank you so much for the Super Chat. Yellow reminder that Matt never had good Mexican food while playing for the Padres. That and he hates tacos. Love the content. Otherwise, keep it up. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, I don't like tacos.
We went to a Mexican restaurant in San
Yeah, I've been to Mexican restaurants. I just don't like tacos. If I go to a Mexican restaurant, I'm going to get fajitas, or I like burritos, but only from like more like American style burrito, like a Chipotle burrito.
That's not nice.
I know. Hey, Drew Patrick, thank you much for the super chat. But there's no question under your name, Drew. So write your question again quick and just like the regular chat, and I'll answer it. Kevin Kuzmanov. Kuz. I played with Kuz. He was a really good fielder and a good hitter. Is hitting in the big leagues an ability of talent, practice, or wit? Hitting in the big leagues is everything. Ability, skill that you gain from practice, and if you hit in the big leagues, you're awesome. Nobody hits in the big leagues by accident. It's too hard. Drew Patrick, where's your question? Sorry, I don't see it. My mom didn't make me eat my vegetables. I didn't have a lot of vegetables as a kid. Who has the better arm, Machado or Tatis? Well, they both have cannons. I don't know. I haven't looked at the actual numbers to see. I just know I saw Machado's arm in person. I have not seen Tatis's arm in person, so. Transferring from a 4-year school to another 4-year school. I wish I could tell you. I'm not an expert on that. The fastest pitch I've ever been hit by? I would guess 95, maybe. Good target for exit velo for a 12-year-old, I'm not sure. I wish I could give you a number. We have our players' exit velos, but I don't have them on me right now. Fan of the JUCO route? Well, it depends on why you're going. We haven't had a lot of JUCO players. We've had a couple. Most of them, again, have gone to JUCO because either academically they needed a year or so to get their grades up. Some have gone to JUCO because financially it's typically less than 4-year schools. Some have gone because they wanted to go and develop some more to be able to play at a 4-year school. So there's all different reasons. Your son's 12 and he pitches 106. Is that too slow? Yes, far too slow. He should give it up. Tell him to try soccer. Maybe that's what I should have done, Fat Bill. Is 80 miles an hour as a high school player above average or average? It depends on the part of the country you're in. I would say 80 is like in Massachusetts. If a guy's throwing 80 on the mound, he's not average. I would say a little bit above average if he's throwing 80. I feel like the average like Massachusetts high school pitcher is going to throw
84.
84? What are you, nuts? You face a kid throwing 84 in Massachusetts high school baseball, he's going to probably dominate. He will dominate if he can throw the ball around the strike zone. Khalil Green, I play with Khalil Green. My longest hit, I don't know. It's a total, I'd be totally guessing. I've hit home runs over fences that said 400 feet, but I don't know how far over they went. Improve your launch angle by improving your bat path. Lara will be the next Nolan Ryan. Massachusetts baseball is better than you expected. Well, I mean, we're a cold weather state, so we don't get to play a whole lot, but especially the area where I'm from, we have a lot of kids. Yeah, Florida, you're going to have guys throwing harder, obviously, and Georgia and Texas and California. We'll have some guys that throw really hard. We just don't have the numbers. Like, we're not going to have tons of them. When the latest a player has started baseball made it to the league? I'm not sure, but I've heard of guys that have picked up baseball in high school and made it to the majors. Not a lot of them, but there's been some of them. Like Lorenzo Cain, I think he picked up baseball late. We have a super chat from Josh Davis. Thank you, Josh, for the super chat. Does Video Game Matt eat a fistful of Adderall before each game? Yeah, when we created Video Game Matt, his Adderall rating was at 100, so. He plays every game like it's his last. Every game's a World Series. Who's the face of baseball besides Mike Trout? I feel like Tatis is quickly going to become the face of baseball. I don't know. It's all the... I don't know, the face of baseball. Like, when I think of current players, I think of Trout. And then I think of all, like, the young... Is Nick Foles better than Brady? I think of Trout first, probably. And then I think about all the young players like Acuna and Soto and Trout. Buster Posey. I played against Buster Posey a lot. When I stopped playing, yeah, Mookie. When I stopped playing, what was the question? Sorry, I saw it come up here. Was it a relief, or was I super bummed out? I wouldn't say either. I was hurt a lot, and so I just felt like it felt like it was about time. I am a fan of Tatis. Yeah, Kershaw, face of baseball. Yeah, I can see that. What's a knuckleball look like to a hitter? A good one looks like it's not spinning. It'll just look like it's doing this coming in. It looks really strange. I never played against Notre Dame as a player at Wake Forest, but when I coached at Wake Forest, I did. Are the rumors about Bauer dating his agent true? I have no idea. I've seen some of his videos, and a lot of people put it in the comment section. I don't know either of them, so... I played with Trevor Bauer for a very small amount of time in 2013. We were in Columbus for the Columbus Clippers together. I have faced Trevor Bauer once. I got a hit off him, so that's good. Bellinger, is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, he has a ton of talent. He has a long way to go, so... Didn't have the year this year that he's had in the past, but he has so much talent. Hey, Now the World 138. Thank you so much for the super chat. Who had a better career? Who's had a better career, Mookie or Trout? Trout has had the better career so far. I mean, I think Trout's going to go down as one of the best players to ever play baseball. Mookie's going to go down as obviously a great player, but I would say Trout has had the better career. My biggest slump hitting was over 23. I did in the major leagues too. Whoops. All right, everybody. Well, this was great fun hanging and chat. I'm going to chat for a couple more minutes. And then, I don't know what I'm going to watch TV or something. Laura looks bored over there. Kyle Lewis. I like Kyle Lewis a lot. Just bought a bunch of his rookie cards. I hope he is a star. Stop being afraid. How to stop being afraid of the ball? It's a tough question. I've never had a fear in my entire career of the ball, so it's hard for me to say. Like, I have friends. I remember when I was younger, I have friends that are scared, you-know-what-less. So people were like, how are you not afraid of the ball? I don't know, I just stand in there and hit it. So, like, I was never scared of it. It's hard to tell someone that I don't know how to help them. I guess you can start off by just throwing the ball in easy, maybe using a softer ball in case it hits them. But it's definitely tough. It's like somebody that's afraid of spiders, and it's like, if I'm not afraid of spiders and you are, me telling you to stop being afraid of spiders, or it's not that scary, what are you scared of? It's difficult to do that. I don't know. Facing knuckleball was weird just because the ball looks different coming in. You're used to seeing a ball spin a certain way, and then you see a ball come in with nothing. But yeah, tennis ball is a good idea. A softer ball, something easy to get the player comfortable. Eventually, they're going to have to get in there with a real ball, but I would work my way up. I wouldn't want to be an MLB umpire, no. Who is more valuable free agent, Azuna or Springer? Well, Springer plays better defense. Azuna had a great year hitting. I would say Springer by a little bit because of the defense. You know what I really want right now? Chick-fil-A. That's what I want. Oh, guys, we're really close. Can everyone give this video a like right now? Let's get to 200 likes. Can we get the...
Why is this TV so hard to use?
Why does Laura not know how to use a TV? She keeps yelling at the TV that it won't go to the channel she wants. She can't get the show on, guys. She doesn't know how to use a TV. Natalie, do I like baseball? I like baseball a little bit. Hey, we got 215 likes. All right, now we're on our way to 250. We're at 219. Can we get to 220, 220, 221? When's the last time I listened to Presidential? Every now and then I'll play it for my son and say this is my walk-up music. Angel Hernandez, I have heard of him. Does Laura usually yell at household appliances?
I don't use them.
She says she doesn't use appliances.
I need help.
She said she needs help. I ain't arguing that one.
I can't get the TV to work.
Oh my God. How hard should you work to be a major leaguer at 14? It shouldn't feel like work is what I would say. When I was 14, I never practiced and was like, man, I'm working hard right now. I feel like if you have to do that, it's going to be hard to make it because it's going to feel like work. Oh God, now Laura's smack. You know that it's bad news. You don't know what you're doing when you take the remote and you start doing that. Has anyone ever remember that? I do that sometimes, but when something doesn't work and you just start smashing it, thinking it's going to make it better. Who here can remember Nintendo games? Remember Nintendo, the first actual Nintendo, when the game wouldn't work? How did you guys get the Nintendo game to work when it wasn't working?
You blow it.
Stop! I'm asking everyone on here. Is everyone old enough to remember blowing into the Nintendo games? Now, I had this weird thing. You know how would you blow into the cartridge, though? That was the question. Because, would you just do that? Or would you... Because what I did, this is kind of probably weird. For some reason, as a kid, I would hold the cartridge like this. Pretend this is the cartridge. I hold it. And instead of just going like that, I would put my finger on the cartridge like this, and I'll leave a little tiny opening there. And then I blow into it like that. Now, why I did that, I have no idea, but that's the way that I used to do it. Oh, shake and throw it against the wall. RC, you had Atari. See, I didn't have Atari. I had Nintendo was my first system when I was younger. Throw it against the wall. Did Nintendo say don't blow into it? Whoops. Super Nintendo? Yeah, Super Nintendo was great. I gave my Super Nintendo away to someone, and then I regretted that. Nintendo 64. I'll say this about Nintendo 64. I missed a super chat. Hold on, guys. Nintendo 64 was the first system I got. I can remember. When I opened up Nintendo 64, I got it. Santa brought it to me. And when I played that, I remember laying on my bed playing that game and thinking, for the first time ever, this is unbelievable. I was like, video games are never going to get better than this, ever. I missed the super chat, everyone. Hey, now the world 138. Thank you so much. Can we get Laura and Cam for a quick hello? Well, I don't know if you are somewhat new to the chat, but she has been getting asked to come on here for how many years?
A lot.
She said a lot, and she just never will show her face. I've tried to bribe her. I've tried to do everything. I don't know what it's going to take. The gun controller, for what system? I had, you know what I had? Well, obviously, everyone had the Duck Hunt controller back for Nintendo. You had to have had the orange Duck Hunt controller. That was awesome. Remember that, Laura? Duck Hunt? Duck Hunt was a great, great game. And then what? For Super Nintendo, I had this weird game where I had like a bazooka controller. That was crazy. Who remembers this? Does anyone remember? This was a great memory of mine. For Nintendo, there was a track game where you had a pad that went on the ground with these circles, and you'd have to run on the pad to make your guy run. I don't know if anyone remembers that. But yeah, the Olympic game. Yeah, that was it, Jeff. Yeah. And what me and my friend Adam Kukral used to do is, instead of with our feet, we used to get down and do this with our hands because for some reason we could do it a lot faster. Man, we used to crush people in that. We didn't crush people. You couldn't play it against other people in that, but we beat the computer. We thought we were cool. Oh man, those great memories of Nintendo. Japan's #1 in international baseball. Japan's got great baseball. Yeah, Laura, what if you weren't real this whole time and I just was making you up?
Where would my voice come from?
It's a great question. I don't know. Maybe it's like Home Alone. In Home Alone, there was not someone there, but he would play that recording.
Ask them what you do with no CM bites.
Fernando Tatis Jr. is amazing. 44 Pro gloves. I haven't used one, but they look good. Laura sounds so done with me, yeah. Fat Bill said maybe she is huge or something.
What?
Laura's not going to be happy about that.
What did you say?
Nothing. Gabe Kapler. I like Gabe
What did you say,
Kapler.
Chloe?
He wrote, maybe she is huge or something. Building a team around one single player. Ah, man. Soto or Tatis? What got me into baseball? I don't know. I was into all sports. My dad was a big sports guy. My dad played baseball and all the other sports, so I would guess probably just, I'd probably guess him. Any good catching channels? You know, Instagram has a lot. Instagram and Twitter. There's one I've been watching on Instagram a lot. It's like catching a guy from Coastal Carolina. Off the top of my head, I don't know what his name is, but I like his stuff. Laura could be Alexa. What's the difference between what college coaches look for, or college scouts and MLB scouts? Well, they're probably looking for the same thing, just a different level of player. So, but you're either like they're looking for the same type of thing. If a college coach is looking for bat speed, a pro scout's looking for more bat speed. And it's that way across, no matter the position. All right, everybody. Well, getting good grades. Let me get this. I'm going to end on this real quick. the tip to getting good grades. So if you look at my college career, I didn't get great grades, but then when I went back as a 30-year-old senior or 29-year-old senior to finish my degree, I got straight A's. Now, Laura will say it's because she proofread my papers, which she did. She proofread my papers.
Proofread.
She's going to say she wrote them. She didn't write them. If you want to get good grades, I'll say this. Good grades in high school get you a lot because you can get a ton of money off the better your grades are, the better your SATs are. But the way I really got better grades in college was, my second time around, was that I actually cared about getting good grades. My first time around, all I cared about was baseball. I didn't care about school. I'd be sitting in class and thinking about everything but class. I'd be thinking about baseball. And, well, GPA means a lot in high school if you want to go in and play college. The first thing, I coached at Holy Cross, the very first thing I had to do was look at your GPA. And if your GPA wasn't good, I couldn't recruit you. So it means a lot. GPA in college might not mean anything, but in high school it does. Good grades, find a Laura. So my grades improved by one, I actually cared. I paid attention in class. It was all about, literally everything was about caring. I didn't get any smarter when I was 29. I mean, I'm sure I can't even say I was smarter because I forgot how to do everything that you do in school. So, but I actually cared and I actually spent time to do my homework and I spent time to study and I got good grades. Anyways, guys, do I have a super chat right there? Hold on one second. Did I miss one? I did. Here we go. Last super chat of the night, Joshua Gentili. Thank you so much, Joshua. What mile per hour do you need to throw right-handed pitcher to get a D1 scholarship? Or if going to junior college, what mile per hour do you need to throw to get noticed from D1? Okay, so I usually say in high school, you got to be 85 or above to have a chance, typically if you're a right-handed pitcher. And when I say 85 or above, I don't mean like you just touch 85. I mean, you got to be sitting 85. So if you're sitting 85 to 87, you should have a chance to get recruited and get a scholarship. The harder you throw, usually the easier it is. It's not just about velo, but a lot of it is about velo. They're not going to recruit a whole lot of right-handers in high school that are throwing 82 as a righty. Unless you're like a freshman throwing 82, then you got a chance. But if you're a junior, you got to be throwing 85 and above typically. Anyways, last time before we go, everyone give this video a like. We got to get to 250 likes before I leave. How many errors did I commit in my career? I don't know. That's a total guess. I played 8 years, but I was hurt a lot. Yeah, we got the 250 likes. Thanks, everybody. All right, well, that's all we got for tonight. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out. Man, we did an hour and 10 minutes. That was a long time. I was only going to do, how many home runs did I hit in my career? Well, I hit 21 one season. That was my most. I probably hit 40-something. I was in the MLB for, I have a year and a little more than a year of service time, but I only have like 50-something at-bats, 60 at-bats, something like that. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you to everyone for the super chats. Thanks, Tyson. And we'll probably do this again. Maybe I'll do this next week. I've been trying to decompress a little from baseball, but we'll do it again. But thanks for hanging out, and we will talk